You know, I mean, honestly, man, niggas hear that shit, man. You know, I might go crazy on the nigga. I don't give a motherfucker. Run up in the nigga house and fuck his grandmother, shoot his grandmother, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Niggas hear that shit enough fucking times, and niggas really and truly gonna be thinking like, nigga, I will run up in your shit and fuck your grandmother up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, real talk. So I mean, but we don't understand, man. Our people have been, you know, our minds have been altered to think and operate that way. You know what I'm saying? Black people or people of African descent, man, ain't never been the lowest of the lowest. Niggas have always been the best in the world at doing anything. When you look back in history, man, in ancient times, true history, not the shit that they feed you in elementary school, niggas was on top of everything. You know what I'm saying? We never was the motherfuckers running them. The European motherfuckers was the motherfuckers going and conquering every fucking thing and running amok in the seas and bullying everybody simply because they felt that they had to. Niggas didn't have to go and fucking murk every fucking thing. We didn't have to feel like we had to take over the entire fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Because we already was you know, what's the greatest? The European motherfuckers is the damn minority of the world, but they call every other race minorities. It ain't like that, dog. It's like this. You know, they felt as if they were inferior to everyone else. You know, they were the people who took everything from their religion, came from the religion and spirituality of other people. Everything in your culture comes from the culture of other people around the world. So, you know, you have no swag, as the young niggas say nowadays, man. Niggas didn't have no swag. They didn't have no identity. Truly, everything in Greek mythology was taken from Egyptian mythology, or in real talk, that's African. They try to separate that. You know, the ancient Egyptians were black people. You know. And that's what I'm saying, man. Everything is not as it seems to be, man. And niggas didn't feel like they had to go and conquer the world. These motherfuckers was trying to conquer everything because they felt inferior. They felt like, okay, for the survival of our race, we got to go out here and do this shit. So that's why they created race. That's why they created racism. They created all of these things to justify that shit. You know what I'm saying? They came over and took America from the Native Americans, and they took different parts of Africa from the African people. You know what I'm saying? Not without a fight. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the psychology of it, you know. I was in fucking college. Nigga was fucking 23 years old before I realized that there was wars and battles. Like there was, you know, a war to take Africa. You know what I'm saying? There were queens who led huge revolts in Africa against the European invasion. They don't teach you that in school. They just teach you that white man came over to Africa. The dumbass African that you see on Tarzan sold his own people to the white man for slavery, and then we built the fucking country for years and years, and then it was over with, and then Abraham Lincoln came through and saved us, and we've been, you know what I'm saying, thankful to the white man today for saving us from the white man that enslaved us. Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit didn't go down like that, dog. So I'm just keeping it 100, man, with myself, and keeping it 100 with my people, man. That's why I'm so into, you know what I'm saying, getting out here and doing this music and doing whatever to enlighten people's mind, man, to wake motherfuckers up, dog. It ain't got nothing to do with me with going out here and selling many records, man. I wish you can understand my thought process. I wish you can understand what goes on in my mind. When you see a nigga on stage and I'm rocking that bitch, and when you see a nigga, you know what I'm saying, trying to grind and hustle this CD and hustle this music, it ain't about we about to blow up. It ain't about, nigga, we here now, nigga, we finna go somewhere. It ain't about that with me, man. And it's hard to get motherfuckers to understand that shit. It ain't about that with me. It's about, dude, when you look at all this other shit that's on the media, reality TV, that shit causes your vibrations to be low. It causes, you know, it lowers your vibrations. You don't think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? All this television and radio and shit, man, it fucks with your psyche, dog, and it alters the thinking of your subconscious mind. In the ancient Africans, man, we understood that there's a strong connection with the body and the soul. So we know that if you do things that affect the soul, it is inevitable that it will infect the body. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it manifests itself in the body. So also, it's vice versa. If you do certain things to the body, it's ultimately it will manifest itself what? In your soul, in your mind, and your thoughts, which, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, is the same thing. Your mind and your soul is the same thing. I don't think there's a separation between mind and soul. So basically what I'm saying is that what you do to the body affects the soul. What you do to the soul or the mind affects the body. But Western civilization separates that. You know, it separates that. The chakras and all this does, that's energy vortex, that's nonsense. But African people didn't feel that way. We didn't feel that there was a separation between the two. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what I'm saying, man. Whenever you take these things into your body and into your mind, it affects your thought process. It affects you. Subconsciously, it affects you. You know, that was a study, man. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I remember it exactly as accurate as I probably should, man. In one of my classes, dude, we did a research study. We did an experiment. You know, back during the Bush Gore presidential run, there was you know how the candidates they'll do a commercial and talk bad about the other candidate in the advertisement, right? So some citizen, man, I don't know exactly where he lived. Anyway, he was watching television and he was, you know, he thought he saw something on the ad that was kind of weird. So he recorded it next time he saw it and ran it back in slow motion. And what they was doing was the Bush administration was doing an ad about Al Gore, talking about him, and they did it. The frame was so fast that your average person can't see it. They had a black screen with the word rat written across the screen. And what they were doing when they ran the ad, they would flash the word rat so fast that you didn't see it. But see, the human brain is a motherfucker. The human brain can process that shit. You might not realize it, but subconsciously, they know you can process that shit. So basically what they was doing was trying to get you to process or have negative feelings about Al Gore by playing to your subconscious mind. And see, this thing happens all the time. Whenever he reported it, it was like, oh, there was some type of mistake. We didn't realize that was there. We don't know how the word rat flashed on the screen in the middle of the advertisement, in the middle of the commercial. I tell you how they did it. I tell you why I did. Because that's what the fuck they do, man. They do these things, man. And if you honestly think that, you know, these motherfuckers give a fuck about you, man. If you honestly think that, oh, they wouldn't do this, they wouldn't do that, man, you out your damn mind, man. You might as well go ahead and put the pistol in your mouth and squeeze that motherfucking trigger, dog. Honestly, I'm just keeping it 100% real with you. You might as well go ahead and squeeze the fucking trigger, bite it, choke one. That's what you should do, because you ain't doing nothing but furthering the fucking, you know, the abolishment of black people on this fucking planet, man. Real talk, dog. If you're gonna sit back and just continue to just let life happen to you and just go through life as if the rest of these motherfuckers like the masses, then you should go ahead and catch one. Go ahead and choke one. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and choke one, because it's not. If you know what I'm saying, with everything in this world, man, you have to have an understanding for yourself, dude. They're not gonna teach you anything. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it from their point of view, man, if you were in power, man, and you had all of these motherfuckers in this world that you had to govern and try to keep from fucking revolting and doing all this other crazy shit, man, and starting another fucking revolution, you probably would do it too. You know what I'm saying? You probably would do it too. It's all about mind control, dog. It's all about mind control. Niggas have always been, black people have always been the fucking cream of the crop. Niggas have always been the top. We taught them. Africans, and you know, we taught the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? We were the people. They came to Africa to learn. They came to Timbuktu to learn. We had the first universities. It was us, not them. That's what you have to understand. It was us. It's something special about melanin. Pick up a couple books on melanin. Melanin is what basically makes Africans or people from African descent, it what makes your skin dark. Something very, very particular, something very, very special about melanin. But we don't know that. We don't know that. You know, you don't know. Maybe the foods that you eat affects the amount of melanin in your body. What did you see what I'm saying? You don't know that because you take whatever they give you and you run with it. And you walk with it. You lay down with it. They tell you to eat McDonald's, you eat McDonald's. You eat McDonald's. Why would you need a scientist to help you run a restaurant? Why you need chemists? Because you need to know what to put in the fucking food to make people addicted to it. But when your uncle is smoking crack and when your cousin is drinking all the fucking time and he's an alcoholic, you fucking bash his ass and you talk bad to him. But at least he know he a fucking crackhead. At least the niggas know they're alcoholic. You don't realize what the fuck you addicted to. You don't realize you addicted to fucking negligence, stupidity, and ignorance. You don't realize you were addicted to that shit. You don't realize that when you sitting watching these fucking shows and these fucking reality TV, you know what I'm saying, zoning in on somebody else's life and neglecting the things that you need to change about your own, you don't realize that you can't get up from the television. You don't realize why you get mad if I fucking change the channel if the power goes out right in the middle of your show. You don't realize that you fucked up in the head. I know I'm fucked up. That's the problem. That's what and that's the first step. Realizing that you are addicted. Realizing that there's a problem. Once you realize that there's a problem, then you start to find different ways and different avenues that you can go down, the paths that you can travel in order to fix the problem and start to correct the problem. And when people on a mass level, on a large scale, start to realize that there's a problem and try to correct it, then we can start making some changes. Other than that, all these fucking marches and any fucking thing else that we do as far as black people, civil rights, and go back and, you know, celebrate Martin Luther King Day, all that's bullshit. All that's bullshit, man. It's bullshit to make you think that you are doing something progressively to fix the issue and you ain't doing nothing but sinking yourself deeper and deeper and deeper in the motherfucking quicksand, dog. The shit that they give us about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King is bullshit. The picture that they paint about MLK is bullshit. The nigga wouldn't even like that. Nigga wouldn't even like that. They paint us a picture of this dude who just lays down and just, you know, let's sit. And nah, dog, they wouldn't even like that. They wouldn't even, his fucking thought process. And anybody that was in the fucking struggle with him can tell you that shit. Pick up a book, nigga. Put down the fucking remote control. Real talk, dog. And I'm just keeping it 100 with you, man. This rap shit for me ain't about, I don't know about the other niggas in my camp. I don't know. Because I don't know they mind. I don't know about the other niggas in every other camp and in every other label and every other, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about that shit. It ain't about, oh, nigga, we about to get the club popping. Oh, nigga, we about to get it popping. With me, it's about, nigga, I don't know how much fucking time I got left on this motherfucker. So what I want to do, I want to figure out how I can change the world. Change the thought process of the people. That's why on the introduction of Poetic Minds, Power of Mind, you hear it says power is not in your gun, it's not in your weapon, it's not in your military, it's in your ability to change human thought process. And that's what I'm about, baby. That's why I named the mixtape or street album Power of Mind, because that's what I want. That's what I need. I need the power of mind. I need the power to change your thinking, change your thought process. That's what it's about with me. So when you see me in the streets, nigga, and you see me doing this music thing, realize it ain't about getting the shit popping, nigga. It's about changing your motherfucking thought process for the betterment of the people, for the betterment of the world. Not just black people, but everybody across the world. My fucking...